I learn from him every time we work together, but also just building a friendship with him and getting to hang out with him is such a treat, and it's, you know, it's Robert Redford, so you can't complain. To pay attention, that was the main thing I've learned from him as a director. It's something that's easy to forget when you're making a movie, but he has reminded me time and time again that if you pay attention to things, things will go your way. It's emotional, but I also try not to think about it too much. Partially because as a fan, I hope kind of maybe he changes his mind, that he goes back and makes another movie. But I could never think about that while we were shooting it because it would just be too overwhelming. And now that the movie is done and it's out there, it's hard not to separate it from that context. But at the same time, you know, he's not going anywhere. He's always going to be around. He announced it, you know, initially a couple months before he started shooting. Or he just mentioned that he was thinking of retiring after this film, and I just had to not think about it. It did make the wrap party emotional, but wrap parties are always emotional. I mean, if you're a Robert Redford fan, there's no denying that you will appreciate what the movie has to offer, I think, because it's a movie that's just all about him. But the fact that maybe it's the last time, that does add a little bit of context to it that's more melancholy than it would have been otherwise.
You can't imagine coming to the set and working with someone and really saying that I know this person from my own experience and what I've seen, what he's done in films. But beyond that, and then finding a way to try to be comfortable and relaxed and all those other kind of things.
He has told me so many stories that there needs to be a documentary just about his stories. I couldn't even start to talk about them now. But if you ever get the chance to ask him to tell you one, it is like the best thing ever. Just to sit down and listen to him regale you with his sense of history and the past of not only Hollywood, but our country. It's just the most amazing thing. It was fast and instantaneous. I mean, I wasn't sure, they hadn't really ever met before, and I wasn't sure if they would have, like, I knew they were good actors and they'd be able to perform the parts well, but I didn't know what their chemistry would be like. But the second they met, it was just through the roof. And they're very similar people. I think they really are two peas in a pod, and I'm not surprised they got along as well as they did. I mean, he still is going to be producing, he's going to be directing, he's got Sundance, he's got all of these political and environmental interests that he pursues. He does so much, and I think acting at this point is, in some ways, you know, for us as moviegoers, that's who he is, but for him, it's just a part of his life. It's a small part of his life. And so even if he does retire from acting, he's not going anywhere. You know, everyone's happy. When you finish a movie, there's like this bittersweet joy, and that doesn't change from one movie to the next, but definitely in this one, we had a little bit of like, you know, you have that moment where you're thinking, oh, this might be the last time he walks off a set.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey